The airfield at RAF Coningsby was quiet, save for the hum of readiness that clings to all military bases. It was October 2nd, 2025, brisk, breezy, unmistakably British. A fighter jet waited on the tarmac, one of the Royal Air Force's quick-reaction alert typhoons. It was a standard visit, the kind that appears in calendars long before it reaches headlines. But what happened next turned a routine engagement into a viral phenomenon. Princess Kate, now in her role as Royal Honorary Air Commodore of RAF Coningsby, made her way up the metal stairs to the jet's cockpit for a closer look. Dressed in a tailored jacket, with her signature long hair tucked behind one shoulder, she was every bit the seasoned royal. But the cameras didn't capture her ascent. They captured what came after. As she descended the stairs, 8 in total, she did not turn around. She walked backwards. And she did so in stilettos. For a moment, it didn't look real. The angle was smooth, the posture straight, the motion almost balletic. Social media lit up within hours. Clips were shared, slowed down, looped. Headlines followed. Kate Middleton walks backwards down aircraft stairs in heels, wrote people. A masterclass in poise, added hello. But it wasn't just a trick of agility. In the ever-watching world of royal optics, it quickly became more than a moment. It became a message. So what do we know, and what is being speculated? Let's start with the facts. On October 2nd, 2025, the Princess of Wales made her first official visit to RAF Coningsby since assuming her honorary military title in 2023. The base is one of 2 in the United Kingdom, responsible for deploying fighter jets to intercept threats in national airspace. It is a serious ground, an arena where symbols of security, service, and strength take on daily urgency. During her visit, Kate met service members, learned about typhoon readiness procedures, and spoke about her youngest son, Prince Louis, expressing interest in becoming a pilot. "I'm going to tell them it takes 8 years and a lot of hard work," she joked. And then there were the stairs. According to Hello and People magazine, Kate had asked to look inside the aircraft. The only way up was via a set of steep stairs, metal, narrow, bolted beside the Typhoon. With her guide looking on, she assured him that her shoes wouldn't be a problem. They weren't. Descending backwards, one heel after another, she made her way down. No handrail, no stumble, no hesitation. This is where the facts end, and the interpretations begin. On social media, fans reacted instantly. Some praised her balance and poise, others joked about their own inability to descend their own household steps without gripping a banister. A handful of posts compared the moment to scenes from fashion runways. One clip was set to music and reached over 1 million views in 24 hours. Then came the speculation. Some observers saw it as a statement of grace under pressure, a literal and figurative descent executed with elegance. Others interpreted it as symbolic, a royal woman moving backward through traditionally masculine territory, a fighter jet, a military base, but doing so with confidence and command. A few commenters reached further, suggesting that the move, whether spontaneous or planned, was a subtle assertion of control. In a family often scrutinized for how it reacts to moments of strain, Kate's quiet command of the moment offered a contrasting image: calm, deliberate, unshaken. But is that reading too much into a staircase? Perhaps. There is no palace statement about the maneuver, no quotes from aides about symbolism. It is entirely possible that Kate simply found it easier to descend backward due to the narrowness of the steps or the constraints of her shoes. But royal watchers have long known that in this institution, very little is truly accidental. Whether consciously or not, Kate's moment has now become part of her visual legacy, one more entry in the evolving story of how the monarchy adapts, reacts, and communicates. There's also the wardrobe element. Fashion and function intersected here in a way that caught the public's imagination. The princess wore stilettos on a tarmac. She bent low to speak to children. She climbed stairs to a jet. Then she walked down them, backwards. The heels remained pristine. For many, that feat alone felt iconic, but it also reaffirms a larger narrative Kate has cultivated since becoming Princess of Wales. She bridges two expectations: the formality of royal tradition and the accessibility of modern public service. She is not a queen-in-waiting who stays behind glass. She is one who walks the runway at the edge of a military base backwards, without missing a step. Of course, the fanfare also comes at a time of silence from another corner of royal discourse. The Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, has remained largely absent from royal events in recent months, with little new material for tabloid speculation. Kate's graceful descent was readily framed as a counterpoint, though any rivalry between the two remains a media creation more than a palace reality. Still, the coverage speaks volumes. When one royal disappears, another rises in focus. Kate's effortless handling of a high-heeled moment now fills a void once occupied by other headlines. The story also echoes past viral moments, from the princess shuffle that showed her subtly adjusting her position in a royal photo op, to her ability to balance grace and diplomacy during high-stakes appearances. Kate has been refining a visual language. Every wave, step, and smile is now read with both admiration and analysis. This is the reality of being a working royal in 2025. Your walk can become your message, your shoes, your signal. In that sense, the backward descent at RAF Coningsby is not just a quirk, it's a masterclass. Still, there is reason for restraint. For all the joy of a viral clip, the moment must be grounded in its context. RAF Coningsby is not a catwalk, it is a strategic military site. The Typhoons are not props, they are tools of defense. And the princess's presence there, though elegantly carried, is part of a larger tradition of royal military patronage. Kate's visit, by all reports, was about duty. But it's also true that royalty is not simply about doing, it is about being seen doing. The backward walk, captured, clipped, and shared across the world, did what few royal moments managed to do in this age of divided attention. It united admiration across fans and skeptics alike. It reminded watchers that elegance still matters, and that strength, sometimes, can be soft. So will this moment change anything? Probably not in policy, but in perception, yes. The Princess of Wales may have walked backwards down 8 metal steps in heels, but she also walked forward into the minds of millions, reinforcing her position not just as a consort in waiting, but as a figure of quiet command. And in an institution where movement is measured as much by gesture as by action, that matters. So next time the staircase appears, at an airbase, palace, or parade, watch closely. Sometimes the smallest descent becomes the grandest moment. And for the royal family, that is where the power lives, not always in pronouncements, but in the steps between. If you found this insight revealing, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us here on Crownverse, where royal history lives on.